Swag, bitch.
Hello guys, on today's video I'm gonna be talking about why I got a 350C over a 370C, or also why I sold my Mustang to get this 350Z. Okay, first of all, as you guys can see, we already have the back glass. And here's a quick little view of how the car is sitting right now. Or a couple power accents, interior. So this is how the hatch now looks with the glass on. I think the guy did a pretty good job. He did it for cheap too. A lot of companies were overcharging it for such a simple job. So far I'm probably gonna keep this look for a while, but in the future I might get a couple fire wing or something, like a duckbill, but not something big. So this is gonna be a POV video. I'm sorry if it's kind of boring. You're gonna be seeing the same side over and over again because I'm just driving in circles since I can't be driving this car too far. So the reason why I got a 350C over basically any other car, because I could have also opted for maybe an M4 or a Camaro SS or another a newer 5.0, but I decided to go back to a 350Z. It all goes back to 2008 when I got into this country, and that was the first car that I saw, and I just fell in love with it, and I knew I wanted one at some point. So when I was finally able to buy my first 350Z, I ended up buying an automatic 350Z, and I wanted to drive stick shift, so I just bought it because it was a 350Z, but I ended up selling it like a month later, just to be able to buy a stick shift one. At that time I didn't know the difference between the E, the rev up, and the HR motors. So the first automatic Z was just a regular D, and then the second one was an 05 35th anniversary edition stick shift, which had the rev up engine, and it was burning oil like crazy. I did a couple things to that car I enjoy a lot, and I just fell in love with the car. The only thing that I wanted was to get the HR motor, with the updated interior and obviously the HR motor and all the other stuff. But after months of searching, I couldn't find a clean title C with low miles and good conditions. So I kind of gave up, and at the time I had some Mustang friends and ended up buying a Mustang from a dealership. I got a really good deal on it, which is one of the reasons why I bought it. Then I owned that Mustang for 2 years. Pretty much just did full bolt-ons, but I just wasn't satisfied with that car. I was never really into muscle cars, so I actually posted it for sale after like a week of buying it, but then my friends convinced me to keep modifying it, so I did, and I tried my best for 2 years. I gave it a good try, but it just wasn't for me. Finally, a really good deal popped up for me. Right before this, I posted the Mustang for sale again, and I was looking at 350Zs again, but I couldn't find one. And I almost traded it for like a 350Z. It was in pretty bad conditions with a ton of miles and pretty much no cash on top. But it was just not a good deal, so I didn't end up doing it. And then a friend of mine, he has just almost paid off his 350Z, which is the one that I have now. So we ended up trading my 2013 5.0 for the 350Z that I own now. Basically clean title with 70,000 miles, and a bunch of mods. Not like a huge amount, but a lot of things that save me money and allow me to modify this car the way that it is, basically by not spending almost any money at all. And I will go over a mod list for the CE one day, and like all the huge deals that I got, because I have gotten really lucky with this car. Putting it together, it hasn't cost as much as it looks that it has cost. Like I added up everything. If I would have bought it brand new, and if I wouldn't have gotten it from my friend, it would have been like $15,000, but I'm not even close to that number, thanks to all the things that already came with the car and the deals that I was able to get the things for. I got really lucky with that deal, because he posted it for sale, and then I told him that I wanted to get rid of the Mustang. He was looking for a Mustang at the time. Also, before buying the Mustang, I had test drove two 370Zs. I went to a dealership for one. I almost bought that one, but the guy didn't want me to buy it straight up in cash. He wanted me to finance a car. And then I went to see another one, and I drove it, and it just didn't feel the same as the 350Z for some reason. So I didn't end up going through the deal for that one. But yeah, after owning the Mustang, also I got 2 offers to trade for 370Zs and some cash on top, and it just wasn't for me. Real quick pause. We're about to do a mini pool here. This area is full of cops, so it's not a big pool, but just a little of action here. Yeah, that was it. Like I said, it wasn't a big pool, but just gotta be careful with this car for now until I get everything figured out. So what was I saying? Oh yeah, I test drove 2 370Cs, and I just didn't like how they drove for some reason, and I just didn't fall in love with the lines of the car. The interior was a little bit better, but I knew like I could make the 350Z interior just look as good, just from seeing other people's cars. So I just really want a 2007, 2008 350Z stick in good conditions. I wanted an Nismo, but I just couldn't really afford a Nismo at the moment. So I was just looking for a regular 350Z, and this one came in perfect. Like I said, stick shift, clean title, 70,000 miles, pretty good conditions. The car overall was in pretty good conditions. Hasn't really given me any big issues. It's just that since I had to sit in for a while, the radiator got messed up and started leaking, and then my battery also died, but it was the OEM battery, so it was time to change it anyways. Other than that, the car has been good to me so far, and I have been changing stuff with time. Obviously, I have added a lot of stuff, but maintenance wise, I just bought the valve covers and I'm going to put them on this week. And also, I changed the spark plugs. I do like an oil change every 2,500 miles or less. Normally, I should do less because I don't barely drive this car anymore since I use my daily. I did put also another tray since it was missing the one from the factory. I bought one from Amazon for $89. The fitment was pretty much perfect, and it looks good. Plus, it's gonna get scratched anyways, so I didn't end up getting the one from C1. I also end up doing like a good amount of suspension stuff. This car already came with coilovers, so that's one thing that I save a lot of money. The coilovers that it has, they're pretty good. They're called stance coilovers, and for now they're doing their job pretty good. So yeah, after literally the first day that I drove this car, I just fell in love with it, because I had to wait 1 month for my friend to register his car. No, my bad, to finish paying off his car, the 350C, which he paid $16,000 for the car. And in that time, we kind of like switched cars. We'll meet at certain spots, and we just kind of switch cars and drive around. And I just fell in love with the Z. I just knew that like that was a car for me. And that I couldn't wait for it to be mine. Thankfully, he didn't back up out of the deal. He didn't back out of the deal, so we were able to go through it, and also got a good amount of cash for the trade-off. And so far, I'm pretty happy with my decision. I don't see myself selling this car yet. I have been putting a lot of situations in which it would have been a good idea to sell this car. I have been offered a good amount of money for this car, but I just don't see myself like feeling the way I feel when I drive this car, even though it's not the fastest. But it's just a really fun car to drive around, which was my problem with the Mustang. The Mustang just felt like a freaking SUV, and I felt like I was sliding everywhere. The suspension just felt awful. The whole interior felt like you were in a really big car. You just didn't feel confident taking corners, even speeding up, and it was just only fun when you step on the gas, but at the same time, like, it was sketchy. So that's a few things that I just love about this car. It just feels way more balanced, and obviously it's gonna be a little sketchy once I boost it, which I'm hoping to do probably next year. I'm trying to figure out my movie situation right now, but yeah, thank you guys. That's my story for today.